Hi guys, my name is Funmi Coker. I'm the author of Letter to Lilly, and I'm having a chat with Tolu A. Akinyemi, who is popularly known as Tolu Do.
Rah, rah, rah.
So how are you doing? How are you doing?
Alive, yeah, I'm very well, thank you.
Nice. So 24 books. Walk us through that, because I really want to understand how you feel internally. Like, you look at the books and you're like, 24? How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels great, to keep producing work, not just work, but enduring works of literature. Yeah, so yeah, it's been a long journey, from the first book, Dead Lions Don't Roar, in 2017 to the 24th title, which was co-authored with my two children, Isaac and Abigail. So, yeah, so it feels great to be in that space whereby, every year since 2017, at least one must drop.
That's really nice.
At least one. One. Yeah, so yeah, it's been fantastic, just to see, like, I think for every book, even though it feels new every time, like when a new book comes out, it feels as fresh as the first one, Dead Lions Don't Roar.
Yeah.
And I think it's a thing of tremendous joy. Not like, for me, I feel like it's not even just for today, but for tomorrow, writing works that would endure the test of time
Yeah.
and that would outlive me. It gives me like tremendous joy as well.
That's really good. That's really good. Let's start with the book you co-authored with your children.
Yeah.
How does that feel? What was the first initial conversation like? Because I'm interested to know what brought up the idea for the book.
Yeah, so I've already seen them. They've been writing, working on their own individual manuscripts, and and I told them that we could work on a joint project together, and and that was how I started. We started the writing, and everyone brought in their own elements to make it the final what it became as a book, and it was just a book to encourage young people to read. The two of them, Isaac and Abigail, they love to read a lot. Yeah, Abigail has her own book stash where she's just reading book after book, spending a lot of money buying books for her. So even though the titles are Amanda the Bookworm, it could even have been Abigail the Bookworm. And Isaac reads a lot.
Yeah.
He's like on the leaderboard in his class. They read books and they document that. They have like a reading app where they read, and it's always trying to be the first. Although they get like extras like lollipops for doing that, but it's always maintained that being the top of the whole class consistently.
Okay.
So I think it's just when we thought about the idea was to write two books together. We've accomplished the first one,
Nice.
and hopefully maybe the next one, there's a possibility for next year.
Nice.
I think it's a thing of joy just to do that joint project with them, to introduce them also into that, into the writing culture.
Yeah.
They've seen their dad produce book after book, and now they are delighted as well.
Yeah.
Abigail was saying, "Oh, I want to be famous."
That's so sweet.
She wants to be famous as well. Yeah, but I feel like it's a thing of joy for them as well, as much as it is for me to be able to do a project with people who are really close to my heart, and they really do love me as well. So for us to co-author that project as an Akinyemi's project, not just my own personal thing, it gives me joy as a father as well to be able to bring that to life.
That's nice. So reading the book is like more like explaining or expecting people or younger or children in particular to be more to explore more, and they dream about more like the sky is the limit, or this is starting point, so they say. So what's like the vision for a younger, this is a book for more like children.
Yeah, for children.
What about the younger teenagers, or is there like a plan for them? Because we already have book for adults. So what's the gap in between? Is there something going on?
I've catered to that audience before anyway. So with You Need More Than Dreams, collection of poetry for young people, telling young people that, with all the issues, challenges, social media, peer pressure, everything going on in society, you need more than dreams to like make your dream come true. So I think through like all of my writings, I've catered for every strata of society, the older people, the younger ones, the kids. Yeah, so I'm just a poet who is generous with my talent.
That's
I'm for
nice.
everybody. I belong to nobody, and I'm for everybody.
Yeah, that's nice. So then moving to Home Emotion, it's about migrants exploring life in a different country, right?
Yeah.
How is that like for a Nigerian from your hometown coming into Newcastle and now becoming Lion of Newcastle? Like, what's that walk through like?
Yeah, so I feel like, the whole concept of the collection was to espouse the concept of identity,
Yeah.
community, and migration, and see how people can move from city to city, place to place, and carry that home with them.
Yeah.
And for you to see home as where you can actually rest in peace. Don't see, oh, home has to be, oh, I'm in Nigeria and Nigeria has to be home, and if it's not Nigeria, it cannot be anywhere. Just chill down, cool down, cool down. Home can be anywhere. Home is where you find rest.
Yeah.
Home is where you find peace. And anywhere you are, you can make that place to become home for you. So we shouldn't look at home from the prism of, oh, it has to be a particular place where I was born, or where I was born, or my father's hometown, my mother's hometown. No, we should say home from this universal concept of home can be anywhere for us. And so the whole idea of home emotion is that we are all on a journey, and on the journey of discovery, and within that journey, every one of us will find that place which we can truly call home.
Okay. So I also see that you wrote a lot of love letters to Newcastle. Why Newcastle in particular? Why not London? Because you often go to London more often. So why not London?
Yeah, because when the story of my life is being told, Newcastle is that city, that place that would be documented as where everything all came together. When I went to Newcastle, the whole idea was to go to Newcastle to work, to hustle for my daily bread. I went to Newcastle to hustle, but now it's become that place whereby I've become that pivotal figure. I've become that poet, that writer, who, when I nearly arrived in Newcastle, I used to look up to so many writers. Now I have those same writers now say, oh, Tolu, we look up to you when you arrived. We know you used to look up to us, but now you have become our mentor. The mentee has become the mentor. Yeah, so for me, Newcastle is, I used to say that if Newcastle were to be a woman, I would say, please, come and be my second wife. Like seriously, if Newcastle, if Newcastle is a babe, a babe, all sets, I will explain to the missus, so please, so
You answer query, girl.
please, you need to accept this one. This is Newcastle. Her name is Newcastle. She has helped my life. She's done a lot for me. Yeah. So if Newcastle was to be a woman, I would say, yeah, Newcastle has been that place where all my dreams have come to light. I've achieved a lot, literally, on a career standpoint as well. So Newcastle, for me, I say is my own city of dreams, and everyone has their own specific city of dreams whereby all their dreams have come to fruition.
Yeah.
For me, Newcastle is that.
I see what you did there. I see what you did.
Newcastle is that city.
Nice. Okay, so let's go back to your hometown.
Yeah.
Where you're from. I would really like you to tell us something that stood out for you from your hometown, more like explaining to other people, especially people you've met here. You've built new family, new bonds here. How do you describe home to them? I mean home in Nigeria, not home in Newcastle. How do you describe it to them?
Yeah, so my birthplace, place of origin, state of origin, Ekiti State in Nigeria. Like a poem in Obimbushon, I said Ekiti, the erudite and scholarly live here, men of letters and stupendous acumen. Yeah, so if I were to talk to a foreigner about that place, which used to be home for me at the initial years of my life, I would say I'm proud to represent that state, a state known as the fountain of knowledge. For me now to become a torch bearer of those who have gone before me, great men,
Yeah.
great women who have walked this path before me, and for me to now be on that same pedestal to say, yeah, there's a Tolu A Akinyemi who is representing Ekiti State globally, who has accomplished all of this literary acclaim, and Ekiti son, I'm indeed proud. So to all Ekiti all over the world, I'm happy to represent you. I'm proud to be an ambassador of Ekiti State, carrying that banner aloft. And we lived in Lagos for so many years as well, and I think that has played a part as well. The never see die spirit of Lagos, the hustling spirit. So even with my literary accomplishments, you still see me at the book fairs, still trying to also sell my own books, sell the books of the authors on our own imprint at the Roaring Lion Newcastle.
Yeah.
So I think it's a blend of both, of the Ekiti, the literary acumen, the greats who have walked, this path before me, and the Lagos hustling spirit. Yeah, so I've combined both to great effect, and just we keep pushing the boundaries, and because there's a lot that one can go on to achieve, not just within the literary space, but also mentoring other people to say that if this guy can achieve all of these, then they also can achieve as well.
That's nice. So speaking on challenges, and I see that home emotion encompasses like a lot.
Yeah.
So it's talking about your encounter with strangers, financial, like different struggles.
Yeah.
Why was it so important for you to like document all of that into one? Like, what was the thought process towards it for you?
Yeah. For me, I feel like as a writer, as an observational poet as well, I'm duty bound to observe, recount, and document for history, because the stories you do not tell, they get erased anyways. So, and a book that focuses on the theme of home, identity, migration, community, then the central theme, which is all about my own experiences, because I always say that we writers, there's no way you are going to write a book that a part of your own life experiences will not feature prominently in those stories. So every fiction, every work of art, there's always an element of truth within those, within the stories that we tell. So, and for that story to be complete, it has to feature also my own experiences to make it relatable. There was someone who once read the book. He said, "Oh, this is a motivational book, but it seems like this author doesn't have his own personal experiences because he keeps quoting all the Warren Buffets of this world and keeps quoting all that motivational speakers." Is it like, so for me, I've always liked to write stories that are also part of my own experiences. I always like people can learn a thing or two from the things I've faced in life, the things I've encountered. So I think it's very, very important that when writing, we also need to document our own experiences as well.
Okay. I also see that majorly what the book is about, migration.
Yeah.
So what are you looking for people that are not migrants? What are you looking for them to gain from this book? Like what you want them to learn from it?
Yeah, just to say that, the experiences of migrants are valid as well. People who are trying to find a new home, a new place, who are trying to belong, I think it's very, very important. And for me, I'm of the school of thought that, when some people come into new cities, they come into a new place, they are trying to bring in their own culture to override the culture of that new place that they are coming into. I don't belong to that school of thought. I believe that we should respect. Coming into the UK, I think while we may have our own culture, our own identity, our own beliefs, we should respect the British values, the British culture as well. So for me, I think that's understanding that dichotomy and bringing it into practice, I think it's very, very important. So don't just say, "Oh, I'm in the UK, this is my culture." If you love your culture so much, please flip yourself back to flip yourself back to where you're coming from. Because some people just want to come and be like disruptors. You want to be in the UK, you don't want to speak English. Like, seriously.
Why are you here? Go back home. Okay, I agree. I also noticed that you put more like some recounts of grief or the happenings of your life that you didn't like about it. What made you decide to put that part into the book?
Yeah, so I've had people, so yeah, so it was broken down into like two sections, and I have people say, oh, because they are not migrants, they couldn't really relate to the migrant experience, even though they learned from that experience, from my own experience. So I think the other part, they are now saying, oh, we love that second section. So I think it was not like that even really made it like, it gave me like a, just some sort of satisfaction as well. That feeling of satisfaction that at least for those who would not really resonate with that migrant experience,
Yeah.
you know, some they don't even want to eat, they don't want to know anything about your experience. But the fact that there's a section that can cater to those sort of people, then I feel like yeah, that's like a master stroke as well.
That's nice. So I see that the publishing house, the
Yeah.
Roaring Lion Newcastle, is having like a new phase. What's the new phase about? Why? And why now?
So the new phase is about growth, and not just growth, but growth with intentionality. We've signed new authors to the imprint. We are looking to expand as well, bring in, expand the team, bring in more people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so, and why now? Yeah, I think it's just the next phase to be in. We've done like a lot of work in the past years with, less people, but now it's just time to like just take it to the next level, take the brand to the next level, be more functional, not just to ourselves, but to society, giving back. I've accepted to be a mentor as well for the Society of Young Publishers to support like young people through my work in the Roaring Lion Newcastle, to support people who are just getting into publishing. So I think the next phase for the Roaring Lion Newcastle, like to do something, go alone, to get ahead, work with a team, and I think I'm just bringing that philosophy into play by the day.
Drafted. So why that tagline drafted, and what's the purpose for drafted? I can also see that you've allocated some funds. What are you looking to achieve with that?
Yeah, so drafted is just to draft people in. We are supporting writers from low economic backgrounds. We just want people to be supported without having to make any submissions. Like, there are a lot of people who we feel like who are within the literary ecosystem in Nigeria who are just surviving, who need funds, maybe just for internet to eat. You want someone to write, but there's no money. You cannot even eat. Like, somebody has not eaten. How do you want them to write?
Yeah.
So I think the whole idea of drafted is just to like support, people from low economic backgrounds, and I think it's something that's actually very close to my heart. My colleague and partner within TRLN, Christy J. So it was actually, she was the one at the time who proposed that oh, let's do something to support the Nigerian literary community, something that would not be tied to any prize at all. Let's just give back. Let's support. There are so many writers who just need to survive, because she said she's been in that, she's experienced some of those things that these writers in this space also are experiencing in terms of lack of access to opportunities, and something that will not be tied to even the writing itself. And yeah, I saw that was really good. And so we picked our winners for the Q1 2026. The Q2 circle just closed, and we'll be reviewing submissions and hopefully picking more winners. And we hope it will carry on for some time. But the whole idea of drafted is to support Nigerian writers, and hopefully in the future we're able to like even have more funds to like, as the imprint grows, support more people from other, even maybe Newcastle, just make it far and wide, yeah, like even on the African continent as well. So not just limited to Nigerian writers, but the whole idea of drafted is to draft people in to our support network, to just give them access to funds so that they can have a clear mind to write. And yeah, so that's the whole idea of drafted.
Okay. Honestly, I don't want to ask you more questions so people don't get everything about the book
Okay.
from the questions. I feel like they should go back to read the book to
Yeah.
understand it and probably ask you questions how can they reach you? What is the best form of communication for you?
Yeah. So I'm on my website, tolutoludo.com. We have a literary imprint as well, the Roaring Lion Newcastle. Yeah, we are on Instagram, the Roaring Lion Newcastle. Personally, I'm on Instagram at Toludo. For the Roaring Lion Newcastle on all channels, the Roaring Lion Newcastle.
Nice.
Then for me, X as well. I'm on
Okay.
TikTok and on Facebook as well.